For tonight's late IHP show with your 5D Mystic, we get a lovely Oracle of Wisdom card. See if we can get it without the reflection. These cards are beautiful, but the fact that they have a reflection doesn't allow you to enjoy them as much. And Perth. Okay, so that being said, when you're a divine feminine, you have the wisdom of your body, and your own divine masculine, the wisdom of your mind. And that's because your brain has that masculine, the left mode, and feminine, the right mode. That's how I use these words, okay? And the body, all the emotions that come up, you're a 0-1-year-old, you have a whole heart, you choose yourself first, you love yourself first. It's with connection to beyond yourself, of course, because we're mammals. And when you are integrated and therefore have bilateral integration, it means that I see you from my inner child to your inner child, okay? And so here's why divine feminine with Perth, this is the direction that it was in, even though on TikTok it's going to come out the opposite, but initiation to mystery, time of transformation, cause and effect, and hidden mysteries. So hidden mysteries, what's fun about that is that for us, we will know with our twin flame and or flames and soulmates, things that are going to come and then things that we don't know. And so we have fun with it. Cause and effect, we know about expansion of consciousness. Okay, so we get to explore as mystics. Those of you who are mystics, if you're not a mystic, what I'm going to share with your relationships. Because really it's always going to be beyond the solo self. Spirituality and science is for the 5D collective. They go hand in hand. It's for spiritual bypassers, mantles of yoga and mantles of mental health that they don't connect the two. Okay, so we don't use labels, words with people. The twin flame journey is one that doesn't need to have a mission. Spirituality awakening, Kundalini awakening. There's a lot of ways that the trending topics, Peter Pan's with Wendy's, Cusco's, all of that, okay? So we don't do the trending topics. We do where you will know that it is very straightforward. The divine feminines are not taken off in an exaggerated emotional way, that you do know the connection, yes, and that therefore you will spend some moments, depends how long or how little, you'll figure out on your own what's happening. Why? Because all relationships are built with conversations, okay? So every person, mystic or not, is going to be an emotionally accountable, aware, and self-regulating person. So we have our relationships. This is the human love narrative group. The 5D collective is Christ consciousness. So you don't bring a Cusco attitude. You bring a Cusco that's becoming a Pacha attitude. You bring a squirrel from Cusco land that is becoming a Pacha attitude. You bring an Isma that's becoming a Pacha. You bring a Sid that's becoming a Pacha, a Manny that's becoming a Pacha, a Diego, the characters that I get to use, and Ursula that's becoming a Pacha. Why Pacha? Because he's a restorative embodiment person. He shakes Cusco's hand, he says he loves him, and he has no attachment. So he has his whole 0-1-year-old seen by him like I do. Okay, so divine feminine does not ask their divine masculine or masculines about any of what is the twin flame, twin flames, spirituality journey. The masculines will not be in any way, shape, or form aware not only of the connection, but they typically are uninterested in all that is the world of spirituality with the spiritual stuff. Okay, so crystals, lovely tarot, any of oracle cards, Akashic records. Okay, it's nice when we find our lovely soulmates. The soulmates are actually more open to all of this stuff, because soulmates will walk a path with you that shares a similar vision. Twin flames, you walk a path where you offer each other the opportunity to expand and grow. This is why there's no saga or drama, because you're always expanding and growing with the choice points. So as any relationship, again, mystic or not, you don't have a question. There's cause and effect. There's mysteries unknown. and transformation. In fact, secure attachment pachas, we expand our relationships. We don't cut people out. The cancel culture is for maladaptive child behavior. Those are teenagers is what I call them. People with a type of behavior that can be understood if they take their self seriously. When people give up on themselves, as we talked today, not a shocker for a person who's seen it being done a time again and again and again. So this is in general, not only men, although we focused with the word man in the title, but people overall when it comes to human suffering. And just an example, a Zen master who's talking about laundry in here is a perfect way to me share with you, this person has laundry. Some of us don't. It's called emotions. They're not laundry. It doesn't suck to have anger or sadness or disgust or surprise or happiness. It doesn't feel torturous. That's for people who have a temporal junction that's working, not the ones of us who use our prefrontal cortex. So divine feminines in 5D mystic land are stable, we're grounded, we're not love dependent, we're not love avoidant, we actively walk a walk, talk a talk, and that's that pacha handshake. Don't need a guide, don't need somebody telling us what's happening, because we have a direct conversation and engagement with the person at hand. Now, are there stages or steps? This is not stages or steps. What I'm going to say is that they've created a shit show. And that's what I'm going to say. I remember when I saw it happening, but I also understand what the purpose is. As a 5D mystic in the Enlightenment Soul Age group, I know the timeline. So I know exactly where we are at and the different waves. And so what's happening one by one. But that's a side note, mysteries. And the mystery for every one of you is that if you are a divine feminine, you don't have a saga. You're consistently aware of what your mission is, which is one, to be yourself, the beautiful, unique human being you are, to bring your inner child adult to the forefront. So you choose not to give up on life for one person. Now, my polyamory community, we're kind of lucky, I'm going to say, because unlike the monoamory, right, we don't have this need to attach. The polysecure, at least. The polysecure, they are not needing to attach. And so there's not the hierarchical, there's not the I'm afraid here, the primal attachment panic. I didn't have that, for example, with none of the twin flames, with no relationship overall. The aspect of being able to be emotional because of things not matching up, that's just normal. This is not something that creates an offline. And in fact, the mental and emotional mastery, you'll know where you're at in your journey. Like I know right now I'm physical mastery because I'm an Akashic record reader, and this is where we tapped into, all of us, we can tap into this aspect intuitively. In fact, once you're reading it, you're like, oh yeah, that's where I'm at. Oh yeah, this is cool. So I already knew that I was finishing up with the emotional plane, moving into the physical plane by the time that I got to my number 3. And in fact, as that continued, the physical mastery became more and more present, and my energy body continued to expand. It's a lot of fun. In fact, it's fun to be able and have downloads, past life regressions. It's fun to be able and share with those who are mystics the journey of the oversoul, to actually see your oversoul in your mind's eye come together. So that's happened recently where some of my soulmates, and in different ways, but one particularly I'll share as we're closing on out. It's a rainbow. It's a rainbow right here, and so a rainbow in the shape of stars, so star rainbow heart, and that was really magical to say the least. Not to mention, I know exactly where that piece of me comes from. So it's way back when, and it's going to move way into the future too. And so yeah, this is where it's fun. Mysteries again, they're surprising. People who choose to be their self, they choose life, they choose love. They don't allow one person to take away anything, because life is made of all of our relationships. And so again, people who want to stick around, they choose their self, and they love themselves first because they choose the herd. Diego, Manny, Sid, Pacha, Cusco, we all work here, and that's for emotionally regulated and accountable and self-aware people who don't chit-chatter in the brain with the inner critic. They have an inner growth mindset that evaluates in neutrality all that comes up. And then we have our safe haven, secure-based relationships. people who come with an open heart, their inner child adult, and we say, welcome, all of you. Come on, let's have fun. The Human Love Narrative is here. 5D Collective. Tune in and have a wonderful evening.